Hello everyone, how we doing? Happy weekend to you all. Today we'll be making Egusi pepper soup. These are my ingredients that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my goat meat, my crayfish, my mackerel and hagfish, stockfish, catfish, my yellow pepper, onion, my non-cube, salt to taste. This is Benetete. This is 2 cups of egusi and my pepper soup spices. These are all the ingredients I'm going to be using. So now I'm adding 1 cube of Maggie to my meat, salt to taste, my onion, and a little bit of water for it to steam properly before I'm going to add more water for it to cook down. While this process is going on, I'm going to be frying my egusi. You just need to make it brown, not for it to be burnt. You continue to stir so it doesn't get burnt on one side. Actually, when frying this, it's going to be popping up, and you can actually eat it like this, like picking 1 or 2 and eat it that way. So after stirring, I'm going to allow it to cool down before blending it. You see the way the color is, the way it looks. This is how it's supposed to look. If it looks darker than this or it gets burnt, it's going to be bitter. While it has cooled down, I'm going to blend it together with my pepper, the little onion that was remaining. I'm going to add water to blend it anyway, and I'm going to be adding my crayfish to it because I want it to be blended. I just washed the crayfish and I'm adding it to the blender to let it blend. Meanwhile, I've already used my air fryer to grill my fish a bit so it doesn't get broken. So in the pot, I'm adding my catfish and the other fish that I've already grilled with my stockfish. So I'm adding more water that is going to allow it to cook, as in the level of the water that I'm going to use for the soup anyway. So I'm adding my pepper soup spices to it. I added a little bit of salt to it. Then you give it a nice stir. But you need to be very careful because the soup has a lot of fish, so they don't get broken inside the soup. I'm going to cover, allow it come to a boil, give it another nice stir before adding my blended egusi. So after adding this egusi, you give it another stir carefully, cover and allow it to boil. As you can see, it has been boiling for a while, or rather cooking for a while. I'm adding my other non-cube, give it a nice taste. It's very important to always taste your food so you don't over salt it. Then I'm adding my last ingredient, which is my Benetete, my wonderful ingredient that I always use for different types of soup, most especially the banga and pepper soup. You see the consistency is not that thick, it's not that watery. This is how your egusi pepper soup is supposed to look like. So the soup is ready. Come with any swallow of your choice. My clay pot is doing its wonderful work. Hope we all learn from this. Thank you for watching. See you guys in my next